And now it's time to hear the selection of interviews I did when I was out and about at Sittingbourne High Street at the new number 34 IdeasTest. I must say a very big thank you to them for inviting me along to their opening. I caught up with a selection of organisations and people involved, and this is what they had to say when I spoke to them. Firstly, if you could both introduce yourselves and tell us about your project.
Okay, I'm Shana Jackson, and I am, I guess, the instigator of Squad 34.
And I'm Jonathan Knightley, and I'm a photographer helping out on the project.
So could you tell our listeners what the project is all about?
Yeah, so Squad 34 has come about because we can see that teenagers and young people really use their phones a lot, and we think that it's important that, I think sometimes we forget just how powerful those machines are. And young people and young adults get a lot of stick for taking selfies and being quite into themselves with their devices. But we thought, you know what, why don't we try and use the devices that people carry, the tech that people carry, to be more creative? And that's where Squad 34 originated from. So we'll be running a host of workshops. Squad 34 doesn't just exist as workshops. It will be live and ongoing through squad34.co.uk. And the Twitter and the Vine accounts that we have. So it's almost it's not a discrete set of workshops. It's about creating a movement for the young people of Sittingbourne to get them feeling really creative and get them to own something, own a digital space.
And you're working out of this space here in Sittingbourne High Street at the moment?
That's why we're working out of number 34. So
did you exist before you come here to number 34?
No, 34 was made specifically for 34. Before we started work on this, Jonathan will tell you about what he's done, but I used to work at the Tate. I used to run something called Tate Kids, written some books about getting kids into art, and do lots of digital things. But no, this is brand new and for Sittingbourne only.
I work in education mainly, along with doing photography, freelancing, and but the combination of both of them and having your stuff out there that's professionally done and knowing how to know between bad and good, even a bad photograph is sometimes good anyway. It depends on the platform that you're using, and just getting the kids to express themselves and also being sort of happy about where they live and showing an insight to where they're actually growing up and capturing those moments that they may think that are quite banal or like just not worthy, but like in actual fact, a lot of us when we were growing up, there's so many moments that we could have had that instant moment where, oh, the film ran out or this happened or we didn't have enough money for a roll of film. But now with digital technology, you can constantly keep on taking photographs, getting instant feedback from it and trying to achieve that. So getting kids to be in the groups and the little subcultures, doing where they hang out, where they enjoy to do what they do, and just realizing like the town that they're in and trying to create like trying to use the devices in their pockets to you know, make people see an insight into their lives and themselves. There's so many famous artists out there like that photographed or documented the families like in a sitting room, and these photographic books are amazing. But now we've got instant access to seeing the feedback from the photographs we have, and then by using that and posting it to whatever sites or just email them to your friends or whatever, like it's far more accessible. And just being able to realize this capability that you've got in your pocket and being able to make simple animation through like 2 photographs.
So it's about it's about embracing your phone and allowing youngsters to realise that taking pictures and using it can be done in a creative way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly that.
So it's just literally doesn't matter where you are in the world, like there is going to be something interesting or unique to that place that you live in.
Oh, thank you both of you very much for telling us all about it.
Thank you.
Right, if you could introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. My name's David Allistone. I'm from Exploring Senses, and my crew are here today to provide a toy hacking workshop the people who live here in this lovely town of Sittingbourne. And what we were going to invite you to do is to come and remake toys that are destined for landfill. So you get the opportunity to cut them up, glue them together. You can use needles and thread with soft toys, plastic toys. You can just kind of make anything you want to do. A bit like Toy Story, you know. Let's not forget those awesome hybrid mutants. And we've also got 3D print pens, so you can use that kind of technology to make accessories for your toy hacks. And we have a 3D printer on demo as well, where we're making these 3D digital mutations where people have been scanned in cardboard, and then we're kind of making their new personalities and stuff.
So how did this all come about, the idea of doing this?
Well, it all came about of trying to do some positive things, really, trying to get young people and families and children just interested in making and just reusing stuff, and trying to pursue fun and identity, really, like active citizenship, I guess you could say, but in a very low-key, laid-back way.
Is there ways people can find out about this online?
Yeah, of course. If you go to www.exploringsenses.co.uk, you can find out loads about what we're up to. We travel all around the country, a lot of stuff in Brighton, a lot of stuff in London, and just bung us an email. So mail@exploringsenses.co.uk.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right, if you introduce yourself first.
Hello, my name's Charlotte and I'm here with Exploring Senses, a community interest company. We're just sitting in front of our 3D printer, the MakerBot, and it's 3D printing a small statue, a small sculpture. It looks quite like plastic, so when you touch the sculpture, I don't know if you can hear, but it sounds like plastic.
It
But
almost looks quite silky in a way.
It does, doesn't it? And it's very shiny and quite beautiful. But it's in fact made out of cornstarch. So although it looks like a silky plastic, it's completely recyclable, which is good for us and good for the world. So this image, this thing that's being printed at the moment, that's come from a project that we did with young people. So young people spent a day making cardboard costumes. We then took a 3D image scan of them on an iPad. And then that image was sent to the 3D printer, which is what we can see being printed now.
Is this one of the printers that because I'm seeing a lot now, you can make a sort of kits, can't you? Or is this a more sort of professionally built one?
So we didn't, this printer was bought. This is a smaller version of the massive 3D printers that people like NASA use. So when, you could 3D print a car, a design, this is all quite serious computer technology. This one, though, as you can see, is a tabletop printer. It's accessible for people to buy. It's quite expensive, but you can buy it online or in a particular specialist shop. So, yeah, we didn't build it ourselves, no, I'm afraid. We'd like to, but we haven't.
But it's pretty amazing to watch.
It's as you say, it's really good to watch. So it's building up a statue, one layer at a time. So it starts off with a little thread of cornstarch, and then there's another thread, and there's another thread, and gradually those tiny threads build up until you've got a solid statue. And what you're watching is the little printer head moving round to build a statue.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's something that always draws the eye. Actually, we do lots of work with children and young people, and when we put the printer on, people just come and have a look at it. And there's the children and even the adults are saying, "Oh, what's that? It looks like something from a spaceship. What is it? What is it?" And it's really nice because when they see that, they're really inspired to get involved with making and doing and starting to do something. And it's that like drawing people in. So as you yourself said,
yeah.
What am I looking at? What's that about? So it's a really beautiful piece of kit. It's quite delicate, so you have to be careful how you carry it. But it's really exciting, and lots of people as well don't get the opportunity to see that kind of technology like on a daily basis. And it's really nice. We do a lot of work with different communities, and to give people the opportunity to work with this kind of thing is really exciting.
My name is Brian Condon. And I was talking tonight at number 34 about the creative industries and how important potentially they are to Sittingbourne and the surrounding area. It's an area I've worked in for quite a long time.
So what exactly are you involved in? Because you were talking a little bit about how you've sort of setting up a business, aren't you, here?
Yes. It's a new business. It's a start-up. There's two of us. and it's called X Innovate, and it's about helping early stage businesses grow. And it's based on experience I had running a project in London for about 5 years or so. So working with young businesses, they could be started by young people or recent graduates. They might be businesses that have been going for a little while and need help in growing and expertise to grow. And in particular, I want to try and find businesses to work with around the Sittingbourne area.
So you'll sort of act as a business to support them and give them advice?
Yes, exactly. I've started and run businesses. I've helped people start businesses, and I've helped businesses to grow, and I'd like to, do that here.
How did you come across the Ideas Test?
Well, I heard about IdeasTest a while ago, and I met Steph Fuller at I think it was called the Future of Swale conference last year, and I sort of kept talking to her. And then as the idea for number 34 came through, they suggested that I might like to try and help with what's happening here.
Well, thank you very much for letting us know all about what you're doing.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for joining us. Would you be able to introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, hello. I'm Dulcie Alexander, and I'm Relationship Manager for IdeasTest, Creative People and Places, Swale, and I work for the Arts Council. We funded the project, 1.4 million, back in 2013, and the whole point of the fund is to get people involved, living in the local area with arts and quality engagement opportunities, and I think tonight has just fully summed that up for us, to be able to see the extent of singing that has come from Tanya this evening, to see everybody involved in getting this building to this point open to the public, and the quality of the arts and opportunity that come from this space for Sittingbourne is just so exciting, and hopefully will engage people from broader areas to come and get involved. Ultimately, I just think the staff team have really pulled out all the stops tonight to be able to deliver something that's just so exciting for the area, but also for themselves to look at their artistic development and see where it could take them and the various community that are involved in this project. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it certainly is. I've certainly enjoyed being involved myself, and it's good to see it happening all here tonight.
Definitely, and I've had really, really exciting conversations with various people about their ideas around music, around dance, around visual arts that they want to get into reality, and to be able to show work that they're looking to create, also record work that they're looking to get out into a public arena. And I think this whole opportunity to share experiences and have that chance to evolve art forms, to have ownership and control of your own art and take it in the directions you want it to, is what number 34 is all about, and I think that's really exciting.
Well, thank you very much.
Not at all, thank you ever so much.
So Steph, it's always good to talk to you and to catch up with you, and obviously I and BRFM have followed the project all the way through since the beginning, and now you're here at number 34, so tell our listeners how it's all come about.
Well, we just we feel really kind of privileged and excited to be here. When Workshop 34 closed because of the ending of the Recreate funding, there was a kind of gap in Sittingbourne High Street, and there was quite a long period where I think Swale Borough Council and the Spirit of Sittingbourne Partnership were thinking about what to do next. And we had a lot of conversations with them over that time about how we might be able to move in and help support local creative businesses and use the space and come in as a creative business ourselves to help them animate the space and help it contribute to the regeneration of Sittingbourne. And finally, we're here.
I bet you're pleased, and it's an amazing space. Describe it to our listeners.
Okay, so it's a Victorian shop, double-fronted shop. So downstairs there's an exhibition about the spirit of Sittingbourne and the Sittingbourne Regeneration Project, and there's a model that people can come in and have a look at and find out more about what's going on with that programme. And then there's a small performance space downstairs where we can show film or run small-scale performance. And then upstairs we've got a big room that we're going to use for workshops, and then a smaller meeting room and a really nice kind of kitchen and breakout space, as well as our own offices. So there's space here where if people want to come and rent a desk, they can come and hot desk here and drop in, or they can hire our spaces to use for activities. We're going to be running a programme as well ourselves, so there'll be kind of an arts programme of creative activity, and there'll also be a business support programme, so there'll be skills development workshops and things like that.
So it's going to allow IdeasTest to grow and work with people more?
That's what we're hoping. I think for us, actually having our own space is going to be really, really great. And we're right on the high street, so anybody that's interested can just walk in through the front door and come and talk to us. So I think that will give us a whole lot of new connections, which will be really great to have.
Was there anything else you wanted to get over to our listeners about what you're doing here?
Well, I think the programme here, like all the IdeasTest programmes really, will kind of evolve and change depending on demand and what people feel they need and what they want to happen. So there's a whole programme of stuff happening. So you can find out by popping in or looking on our website, which is ideastest.co.uk, or you can follow us on Twitter or Facebook. Have a look at what we're doing. Come and join in. There's a programme for young people. There's just loads of things happening. So we're really keen that people just come and have a nosy and see what's happening and get stuck in.
Steph, as always, thank you very much for talking to us, and thank you for inviting me along to this opening of 34.
We're absolutely delighted to have you here. I mean, it's great. It's great for people who've been involved in this project like you right from the very beginning to be with us all the way on the journey. So that's just fantastic. Thank you for coming.